All right, so equations of graphs of horizontal lines, so let's open that one. They're going to be in the form of y equals a number. So in this case, y equals 3. So y equals, it's usually anything like that. No x, just a number. Now what that means is that in all of these points, these x comma y's, the y value has to be 3. Y equals 3. So all of these will be 3. The others, we can choose anything we want. So let's do, I'm going to choose maybe -2, 1, and maybe 3. And then if we plot those, you'll see what happens. -2, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3. If you do it right, the graph of y equals 3 actually turns out to be a horizontal line. Now what throws people off, and again, hang on, we'll put arrows. Now what throws people off is that even though this equation is y equals 3, it's actually parallel to the x-axis. The y-axis is this one here, this is the x. So y equals 3 is actually parallel to the x-axis, and that sometimes throws people off, so just be aware. And another note with this, with the equations y equals 3 or y equals a number, the slope is actually 0. We don't move up or down, so it's 0. The y-intercept, unless it's the actual y equals 0, then it doesn't go through the y-intercept. So most of the time, there's going to be no y-intercept. Okay, again, unless it's y equals 0. Another thing about y equals a number, so again, y equals 3, is that you can graph these on a graphing calculator, and you can see it's a perfectly straight line. So again, just to show you that you can do on your graphing calculator. We'll see in just a moment there's a type that you can't do. All right, the equations for vertical lines, so I'm going to open up that flap, are in the form x equals a number. So x equals just a number. So in this case, I chose -2. So what that means is that in our x comma y points, x is forced to be -2. X equals -2. So all of these are -2. The y's, we can choose whatever we want. I'm going to choose maybe -3. Let me change to purple here. -3. I'm going to choose maybe 1. And how about 4? Right. So those are our points. So -2, 2 to the left, and then -3, 3 down. 1, 2, 3. -2, 1. So -2, 1. -2, 4. Right. And if you do that correctly, you'll see that the graph of x equals -2 is actually a vertical line, which I'm going to draw, and then arrows. X equals -2. What throws people off is that even though it's x equals -2, it is parallel to the y-axis. This has a slope, so an m, that we say as mathematicians as undefined. Think about going down a ski slope that would be perfectly up and down. That wouldn't be fun. It would be really scary. So in math, we say that's undefined. The y-intercept, most of the time, it's going to be 0, no y-intercept, unless it's the graph of x equals 0, which would basically be the y-axis. So yeah, this one has no y-intercept if it's x equals -2. The slope is undefined, not 0, just undefined. We don't have a definition for it. So be careful with that. So we have our completed foldable now. Okay, so now what you're going to do is flip it over to the back. If we have a glue stick, you're going to, I like to go around the outside edge, a couple stripes in the middle, and then paste that into your notebook.